Yes, you're back because you left between between last episode and this episode.
Yeah, bitch, I went to Mars and back.
What it is he lives in Mars.
I live in Mars?
Yeah, you have a secret base in Mars.
Okay.
You don't live on the surface, it's too hot.
Well, it gets cold at night. Because we rotate.
Well, I mean, you can build a perfect base inside of Mars. You avoid the really cold and the really hot.
Okay,
I'll accept science, that. Okay?
I'll
Science!
accept that.
Even though we don't have the science for that yet. Future science! Okay.
I'm from the future. I can see the future!
Alright, so, of course, Mycki is with us again. Yay!
You have to put up with me again.
Put up with? You mean enjoy?
Well, that too.
It's both. Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys, really quick, I'm going to show you this cheeky ass dolphin I got him. We have decided...
Oh yeah, this cheeky motherfucker.
We have decided this is the most cheeky dolphin. Oh, there we go. It focused. It's got this little cheeky ass grin. And it keeps moving around the room because of that fan right there. So it just looks like it's like, screw you, I'm going to be where I want to be. Oh.
We're going to have to, like, get a close-up later so that, like, when you guys eventually, like, splice together an outro, like, it can just be, like, a staring, like...
The dolphin staring at people. Instead of the, like, we'll move from the 10 outro to the dolphin outro when Lehi dies.
You know how, like, Markiplier has, like, the multiple, like, pictures and shit? Like, it has, like, you have, like, the big tent, but, like, you have, like, a little picture of, like, the dolphin being, like... And we have, like, a picture, like, a gif down the corner of, like, PAYTREE. She's like,
ah! That would be hilarious. I'm gonna learn how to do that. Editing! Yay! Alright.
Editing.
Okay.
Power up editing.
Anyways, so First Nephi, chapter 19 is where we are. Last time we left off with them instantaneously getting on a boat that they just made, going across the water, almost dying because they were dumb, and then magically getting to the promised land, all within one chapter. Yeah, apparently Joseph Smith decided what was probably one of the most exciting parts of the Book of Mormon just needed to be glossed over.
Is that really one of the most exciting parts?
Pretty much, other than some of the wars.
You're going to have...
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot, your controls aren't inverted.
Yeah, they're not.
You heathen.
I'm a heathen because I don't have inverted controls.
You heathen right-handed person.
I'm left.
So why don't you have inverted controls?
Because I didn't know you could have them, and I was taught to use my right hand, so it'd be weird as fuck for me.
You're weird.
I'm sorry, I didn't know inverted controls. We're arguing about controls when we need to be watching this chapter. We're watching the chapter now, guys. You guys are watching the chapter because we're sitting here making weird faces.
Making propositions on this sexy lady. This sexy married lady.
That's right. This is my side man. This is my boyfriend right here. People are going to think that's serious, though. It's hilarious. Alright, chapter 19.
Chapter 19. Nephi makes plates of ore and records the history of his people. The God of Israel will come 600 years from the time Lehi left Jerusalem. Nephi tells of his sufferings and crucifixion. The Jews shall be...
Wait, is he saying that he will come to... I guess he'll explain it, but come to Jerusalem 600 years after? Why the fuck did he leave that? Why did he care? Like, oh, you guys are gonna get captured in 600 years.
Why would you go through all the effort?
When it's not even...
No, but for like the plates of an ore.
Oh, for the plate, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, why go through all of that effort when you're all gonna be long dead by then? Why not just enjoy your life in Israel?
No. I meant for like the plates of ore that he's making.
I don't know.
The history of his people, like, I mean, it's a precious thing, like a precious resource in this this promised land that you're in. So why
Also, it's America. Why haven't they found gold yet?
Well, they
gold.
said in the last chapter that they found gold and
Then why are they doing it on gold?
Copper.
I guess we'll just listen to it. Like,
I don't know.
Despised and scattered until the latter days, when they shall return unto the Lord.
And it came to pass that the Lord commanded me, wherefore I did make plates of ore, that I might engraven upon them the record of my people. And upon the plates which I made I did engraven the record of my father, and also our journeyings in the wilderness, and the prophecies of my father, and also many of mine own prophecies have I engraven upon them.
so why haven't we found them yet? Because Joseph Smith found the plates of gold. No, he found the golden plates.
Yeah.
He found the golden plates. So why the fuck has he not found these plates of ore? Also, wouldn't ore be hard to chisel into?
Well, I think what he means is like the plates of gold, because it's gold ore. So I don't know.
I don't know. I'll look it up.
And I knew not at the time when I made them that I should be commanded of the Lord to make these plates. Wherefore the record of my father, and the genealogy of his fathers, and the more part of all our proceedings in the wilderness are engraven upon those first plates of which I have spoken. Wherefore the things which transpired before I made these plates are, of a truth, more particularly made mention upon the first plates. And after I had made these plates by way of commandment, I, Nephi...
That whole sentence confused me, honestly.
So I'm thinking that...
Did you want to take your glasses off, by the way?
Oh, yeah. So I think what he meant is that, like, the other plates were, like, the genealogy and stuff. And that these new plates are the story.
I don't fucking know. Like, Joseph Smith did not preface things very well. It's very confusing. Because he just uses the word plates rather than being like, the gold plates, or the ore plates, or the silver plates, or at least giving them some kind of name.
Yeah.
He's just like, plates, also plates, and then plates. It's like, which plates are we talking about? You can't tell me one plate and then start talking about another one and then expect me to know what you're talking about.
The plate plates.
It's just the plate plates.
The plate plates that are obviously the plates of importance.
Exactly.
received a commandment that the ministry and the prophecies, the more plain and precious parts of them, should be written upon these plates, and that the things which were written should be kept for the instruction of my people, who should possess the land, and also for other wise purposes, which purposes are known unto the Lord. Wherefore I, Nephi, did make a record upon the other plates, which gives an account, or which gives a greater account, of the wars and contentions and destructions of my people.
See, I don't understand with the fact that he knows his people are going to become evil, why he puts so much effort into this. Because clearly, we don't get all of these.
I would be like, bitches, you suck, and then be like, done.
See, I would have just wrote the whatever plates that the Book of Mormons come from, because obviously, even in other chapters, he's like, oh, well, I made other records of my father, but they're not in the Book of Mormon type thing. So, I feel like, okay, why even go through all that effort if this isn't going to be shared with other people? And you're just going to have evil seed.
It's like
eventually.
The vlog before vlogs were a thing.
It's just dumb. It's too much effort to go through when you straight up know your people are going to die, whether you put in this much effort or not. You know?
Exactly, it's like vlogs. Like,
I see what you mean now.
yes.
And this have I done, and commanded my people what they should do after I was gone, and that these plates should be handed down from one generation to another, or from one prophet to another, until further commandments of the Lord. And an account of my making these plates shall be given hereafter. And then, behold, I proceed according to that which I have spoken. And this I do, that the more sacred things may be kept for the knowledge of my people. Nevertheless, I do not write anything upon plates, save it be that I think it be sacred.
What?
And now, if I do err, even did...
So, if Nephi thinks that they're sacred, He did. It's funny because he is usually very good with wording. He'll say, like, if God tells me to write them. But this time Nephi's like, if I so deem.
Now, as the Jew that wrote the Bible, I must tell you that I consulted God. No, but seriously, this is one of those things where he went into way too much detail.
He went into way too much detail for some plates
And,
to
like,
start with. But he didn't use the right details because it's like, which plates are we talking about?
And it's just, like, so confusing that, like, I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Exactly. This is one of the chapters where Victor and I are like, what is the best Mormon story you haven't told already to just ramble about for 5 hours?
Yeah.
They are of old, not that I would excuse myself because of other men, but because of the weakness which is in me according to the flesh I would excuse myself. For the things which some men esteem to be of great worth, both to the body and soul, others set at naught and trample under their feet. Yea, even the very God of Israel do men trample under their feet. I say, trample under their feet.
What? The very God
Why are the
of
people
Israel
of Israel back? If
stomping on God, apparently.
and why are they back in the picture if they're, like, on a completely different continent?
Because he wants to talk about some shitty people, apparently. He wants to make himself sound elevated, is what it is. He wants to be like, oh, I am righteous, and like, I am better than the Israelites, because I came to the promised land, and I did all the things right. Oh, by the way, all my people are going to be wiped out. But that's okay, because that's later. I won't
He's
be
like
around.
those fucking bleeps.
Pretty
Insert
much.
racial slur.
I mean, come on. Literally, when Joseph Smith was writing about the Bible, he was and the Book of Mormon coming to be, and just the Englishmen, which are the Gentiles in this version, anyways, are literally. It literally went from devil church to whore church to harlot church. It was like, let me
the
tell
harlot
you,
mother is
and
what
then the
it
mother
is.
of all harlots as well. And we're just like, oh my god, why? Why are you are really, you got some pent up aggression against churches, dude.
And women, like, in general.
And women, like,
Joseph Smith is the person that, like, TERFs picture and, like, radical feminist picture, like, when they think of, like, men and men's rights activists.
I feel like he's that one men's rights activist that doesn't actually have any of the issues that men actually have.
Yeah.
Because there are some issues that men face, especially with divorce and stuff like that. But I feel like he's just that one jerk.
Yeah.
Who doesn't have any issues, doesn't even know what the male issues are, and is just like, oh, I stand for men's rights and I hate women, and he just does it so that he has an excuse to hate women.
Yeah.
Which most men activists don't hate women. They're just like, it's kind of shitty that you think that there is nothing wrong with us and we have no problems.
Yeah.
But that's a video for a different day.
He's the guy that like feminist picture one day. That like third wave feminist picture one day.
They're like,
think of
Joseph Smith. Joseph fucking
Anyways,
Smith.
Back to this crazy
This
nonsense.
crazy
And then we'll get on to funny Mormon stories.
Because we'll probably get distracted.
And because we have nothing to interject into this.
Exactly. Because, we're only 2 minutes and 50 minutes in, and we're 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Yes, Laura, 50 minutes.
2 minutes and 50 minutes.
Your math.
She doesn't know how to clock. It's
I don't know how to math. Anyways. And we've already said 11 minutes worth of things, so I think we're doing okay commentary-wise.
But I would speak in other words. They set him at naught, and hearken not to the voice of his counsels. And behold, he cometh, according to the words of the angel, in 600 years from the time my father left Jerusalem. And the world, because of their iniquity, shall judge him to be a thing of naught. Wherefore
Jesus.
they scourge him, and he suffereth it.
He was talking about Jesus when they were talking about coming in 600 years.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
The guy that we threw up on the cross.
Yep.
And they smite him, and he suffereth it. Yea, they spit upon him, and he suffereth it, because of his loving kindness, and his long suffering towards the children of men.
At least they used it correctly this time.
And the God of our fathers, who were led out of Egypt, out of bondage, and also were preserved in the wilderness by him, yea, the God of Abraham, and of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, yieldeth himself, according to the words of the angel, as a man into the hands of wicked men, to be lifted up, according to the words of Enoch, and to be crucified, according to the words of Nehum, and to be buried in a sepulchre.
Who the fuck is Enoch? I'm gonna have to Google that and throw it up here.
I feel like, who is Zishnu? Is that the guy from,
Ishnu is a prophet,
No. Like, I think it's the god from Scientology.
Really?
I think so.
Ishnu? Maybe.
No. Xenu, that's what it is. That's what made me think of Xenu.
What
is
the
the god from
hell?
Scientology.
That is so weird. So the god of Scientology apparently hangs out in the Book of Mormon. That's a
weird connection.
That makes me feel so much better about the Book of Mormon.
Well, what was the prophet's name that they were talking about? Like,
I think we can go back a little.
Just like a few seconds so you can see.
Hands of wicked men, to be lifted up, according to the words of Enoch, and to be crucified, according to the words of Nehum, and to be buried in a sepulchre, according to the words of Zenos, which he spake concerning the 3 days of darkness, which should be a sign given of his death unto those who should inhabit the isles of the sea, more especially given unto those who are of the house of Israel. For thus spake the prophet, The Lord God surely shall visit all the house of Israel at that day, some with his voice, because of their righteousness, unto their great joy and salvation. And others with the thunderings and the lightnings of his power, by tempest, by fire, and by smoke, and vapor of darkness, and by the opening of the earth, and by mountains which shall be carried up. And all these things must surely come, saith the prophet Zenos. And the rocks of the earth must rend, and because of the groanings of the earth, many of the kings of the isles of the sea shall be wrought upon by the Spirit of God to exclaim, The God of nature suffers. And as for those who...
The God of nature suffers. Honestly, if we have to be straight up, I would say that would not be the God of nature. Because if you're thinking about it, humans, especially Mormons, build gigantic fucking structures, destroy tons of land for structures, construction sites, and just in general, factories to generate more energy for the same stuff, and then construction sites where they make all the gravel and stuff like that. So not only are they destroying the the atmosphere,
and
they're tearing down trees and all this other shit to build these huge buildings. And I'm not even talking about churches and temples. The mall in Temple Square, which is in Utah, by the way, it's a massive mall. It's several stories high. It's freaking huge. We actually went through it because we parked at the mall to go see Temple Square. And that mall was completely constructed out of tithe money. And a lot of Mormons don't know that. It's completely tithe money.
So is it like a shopping mall, or is it like a mall at DC?
No, it's a huge shopping mall with name brand stores.
Why do you need that then?
Because it's the hub of Mormons, especially the rich, elite Mormons.
So they gotta spend that money when you die, y'all?
I guess. Like, they just wanted to have a luxurious place to shop, I guess. Anyways, but they built this huge ass mall. And it's literally just tithe money. But they don't tell the members that. What they do is they're like, oh, pay tithe money so that you can help build churches and spread the word of God. And then they're like, we're going to also make a giant temple. Not temple. Yes, that's what they were supposed to do. A giant shopping mall out of it.
That's amazing.
Yep, pretty much. Yep.
Who at Jerusalem, saith the prophet, They shall be scourged by all people, because they crucify the God of Israel, and turn their hearts aside, rejecting signs and wonders, and the power and glory of the God of Israel. And because they turned their hearts aside, saith the prophet, and have despised the Holy One of Israel, they shall wander in the flesh, and perish, and become a hiss and a byword, and be hated among all.
They'll wander in the flesh. What else would they wander
They become
in?
a zombie.
Well, but then they perish after they wander in the flesh. So...
Yeah, they don't have any brains, and so they just, like, kind of, like, die off after, like, 50 or so years.
I don't know. It just sounds really retarded either way.
Nations. Nevertheless, when that day cometh, saith the prophet, that they no more turn aside their hearts against the Holy One of Israel, then will he remember the covenants which he made to their fathers.
I love the accent this guy uses. Israel. It's like, yes, it's called Israel. That's exactly what it's called. No, whatever.
Yea, then will he remember the isles of the sea. Yea, and all the people who are of the house of Israel will I gather in, saith the Lord, according to the words of the prophet Zenos, from the four quarters of the earth. Yea, and all the earth shall see the salvation of the Lord, saith the prophet. Every nation, kindred, tongue, and people shall be blessed. And I, Nephi, have
Sounds
written
like
these
a
things
lie.
unto my people, that perhaps I might persuade them, that they would remember the Lord their Redeemer.
Dude, they're gonna
Wherefore,
die.
I speak
They're
unto all
evil
the house of
fucks.
Israel, if it so be that they should obtain these things. For behold, I have workings in the Spirit, which doth weary me, even that all my joints are weak for those who...
I work with the spirit, but it makes me really tired. I gotta admit, guys, it's
He works with the
so
spirit.
draining.
He works with the spirit.
Them hangovers. Yeah.
Them high overs, yo. That wake and bake.
are at Jerusalem. For had not the Lord been merciful to show unto me concerning them, even as he had prophets of old, I should have perished also. And he surely did show unto the prophets of old all things concerning them. And also he did show unto many concerning us. Wherefore it must needs be that we know concerning them, for they are written upon the plates of brass. Now it came to pass that I, Nephi, did teach my brethren these things. And it came to pass that I did read many things to them, which were engraven upon the plates of brass, that they might know concerning the doings of the...
So he just read them what he already has told them then.
I'm so surprised that they haven't just, like, fucking killed him.
It's like, oh my god, you ramble this shit all the time, and now you're gonna write it down and and just read it to us?
Jesus Christ, Nephi, you're just like
my
Dad.
God. And then, like, Nephi would say something like, no, it's new stuff. I promise. God told me to write it. And they're just like, Nephi, you wrote this whole thing as if you're saying it. I'm like, it's not even third person. It's in first person. Oh my god.
Nephi's like fucking Trump.
Nephi is Trump? Oh my god.
We're gonna build a boat. It's gonna be a good boat. It's gonna be a big boat. Nephi, this isn't gonna work. The boat just got 10 feet long.
We'll make America great again. What is America?
It's the promised
What?
land.
Well, why are we making it great again? We haven't even gotten there.
You
Just
don't
go with it.
understand.
It's fine. Just go with it. We'll make it great
No.
again.
We've been there in my mind. We've been there in my mind. It's gonna be great. Again. You don't understand.
We have to make it like my dream. Again.
the Lord in other lands, among people of old. And I did read many things unto them which were written in the books of Moses, but that I might more fully persuade them to believe in the Lord their Redeemer.
They're having boat
I did
races.
read unto them that which was written by the prophet Isaiah, for I did liken all scriptures unto us, that it might be for our profit and learning. Wherefore I spake unto them, saying,
Question.
Hear ye the words of the prophet.
Yes.
Wait, so the Bible
Mm-hmm.
wasn't written until after Jesus died.
Right.
But Nephi is living 600 years before Jesus lived.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
So then how does he have the books of Moses? if Moses hasn't written the books yet? Like, if there are no, if there is no compiled books of Moses and Isaiah, and they're not all in one spot, how does he have those books?
Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. That is fucking beautiful. I did not catch that till just now. Oh my Jesus Christ. That is hilarious. That is literally hilarious. Oh my god. So, more inconsistencies. Like, Boo just set up.
Have some embroidery string. Anyways, continue.
It's my embroidery string anyways, but... Okay. Back to the topic. As Boo just said, literally, they're like, oh yeah, Jesus doesn't come for 600 years, but we also have Moses' records.
And Isaiah's records.
And this, that, and the other.
But
but Jesus hasn't come yet.
Yeah, but the Bible wasn't compiled until after Jesus died.
Yay! But, you know what the excuse is? Oh, well, they already wrote them. They just didn't compile the Bible together until after Jesus died.
Continue with the thing. I'm going to research. I have my
I would have researched it anyway.
Ye who are a remnant of the house of Israel, a branch who have been broken off, hear ye the words of the prophet, which were written unto all the house of Israel, and liken them unto yourselves, that ye may have hope, as well as your brethren from whom ye have been broken off. For after this manner has the prophet written.
Right, that was the end of it anyways.
Okay.
So, we'll put what we researched about the timelines. I'll throw it up there. Of course, you guys know that I always like to put timelines up and everything. But yeah, the whole chapter was basically about Nephi boring the shit out of his brothers, hoping to make them believe in God for the 15,000 millionth time, and also saying that, and Lehi being like, oh, Jesus isn't going to come for 600 more years, but by the way, we already have all these records and stuff that supposedly don't exist yet. Yay! So we're going to stop here, because it's already long, and then we'll have one more episode with the beautiful researcher over here.
Yes.
Doing his researching. Alright, guys, so, social media, do the Facebook, Twitter, which Victor still needs to set up, and also, of course, Patreon. Support us if you want to see more great videos, especially if you want to see this beautiful person, so we can come visit more often.
Yep.
Because that means I can take more time off work, and we can see people, and they can guest star. And who knows, maybe we'll just make a video where we just do whatever. Like we play, Would You Rather? Or some shit. He's very focused. Anyways, bye guys!
Bye!